What's going on, everybody? Back again with another Egyptian God video. I am still going pure, well, as pure as you might think, but so yeah, Capital G had made a video a while back about an OCG Egyptian God deck that had actually topped, which is insane. I took that and I ran with it on stream with some really mixed results. Honestly, didn't feel as consistent maybe as it felt like a top 2 deck, and a lot of that could be from surprise, but just know that I've changed it significantly. Just a little sneak peek. There are Shaddolls in there. There's some Invoked monsters. Assault mode is in there, if you can believe that. Neo's Fusion. I'm not going to show you guys a deck profile today. I'm going to hold off for that a little bit, but I am going to show you some previews, a few duels here, and you guys can let me know what you think. But I think you'll like what you see. Honestly, I think this is the best version of Pure that we have out there. Starting off against these water monsters, I've just seen them around, so I thought it would be an interesting matchup just to show you guys. Now, for a while, I was running the Wind Witch engine. I don't anymore. It was a little too restrictive on special summoning requirements. Like, it wasn't for the rest of the turn. It was like that turn in general. Like, having a 1-card crystal Winged Synchro Dragon for sure is super amazing, but ultimately didn't go for it. He kind of made a misplay. I don't think he realized that those tokens can't be used in the way he wants them to be. Definitely got the draw that he needed. This card is the key to everything, Ancient Chant. And Ra's Disciple is just a great way in general to thin out the deck and do, it gives you exactly what you need as well, of course. Definitely had the backup plan with Monster Gate, and I'm not running Millennium Revelation again. You'll see my opponent use that in a while. I do have a mirror match in here. And unless he gets a great draw, obviously, there's nothing he can do about it, and he ultimately ends up surrendering. This is Mathmex. Again, it's another deck that I know is just in that roguish kind of thing. I just wanted you guys to see what it looks like. And this isn't obviously a 100% result, but as you can see, there's a lot of craziness going on in here. And Assault mode's in here, Alistair the Invoker, Psy Reflector. So I'm doing a little bit of everything, and this is had the Wind Witches for a while as well, of course. So yeah, it's kind of the reason why I ended up taking out. It does seem to be like a lot that can go wrong when it comes to that process. And you can chain block to an extent, but it's not always perfect, especially, when they have infinite impermanence. It's definitely not like that. I'm at this point, I'm really trying to, get out of him as much as I can. I don't want him to have a ton of materials. And now I have a Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon, which gives me the opportunity to negate and protect myself to an extent. As we know, coming up here, Access Code Talker is an absolute beast of a card, which makes life hell, but things aren't looking good to me. I do have the Guardian Slime, which saves me ultimately, and then I still get the floating effects. I could go Red Eyes Fusion here. I ultimately do, which I think proves a great point that there are backup plans in this deck. When someone's so focused on you getting the Winged Dragon of Ra, they ultimately forget of the other cards that you have. This deck definitely plays well around Nibiru too, so that could give you, just that one game could give you the advantage, right? I mean, that could make the difference. I put a Dark Magician matchup in here. I know it may not be the most exciting, but if you're playing an Egyptian God deck, most likely you're playing other casual strategies, and Dark Magician is the king of that. Although people playing casually probably won't have Magician Souls, considering how expensive it is. So here we go. Here's a 1-card combo. He's got a lot on the field, and I know Dark Magician's like the back of my hand. If your board gets blown up, all of your stuff gets mixed up. And I personally know I have plenty of backup here. I can go Red Eyes Fusion if I really want. I also have the Winch engine, which I think is what I end up doing. Oh, no, you get Ancient Chant and everything, works out in your favor. Now, ultimately, what I wanted to do here was summon Ra, and I don't know why it wouldn't let me do that. For some reason, it must be a part of the Wind Witch engine, but I thought it was only special summoning. Anyways, now you can kind of see I have a negate here. I have another negate here because I could just tribute him after my first negate and then go assault mode. So he's in an impossible spot, and we know Dark Magicians generally just aren't good at recovering anyways. So I just want to show you how like basically overpowering and how versatile this deck can be and the way I built it. Best example of this I have for you guys is a head-to-head matchup. Basically the capital G version of the deck versus what I have built, which is full of extra deck. I mean, he gets that off way too early in my opinion, but you know, at this point I don't know that he's running this, so, and yes, like I said, I am running Neos Fusion, but so now I was like, okay, now I kind of get it, and I know how important that card is and how hard it is really to get it on the field. So I used that Shaddoll Dragon, which he would never have in his deck. And again, there's a big reason why I took this card out is because, yes, you can special summon Ra. However, what's the point if you can't use his effect to gain life points? I mean, you're really only doing it for that. And now, look, he's at 1,000 life points. Tried to end the game here. Didn't work out. So now, basically, he only has one strategy, which is Ra or Egyptian God Slime. I mean, yes, that's another one, but... And with 500 life points with no protection, you're in a pretty tough spot. Ultimately do this kind of to thin my deck out, also to give a backup plan. Basically ensures that he won't have another churn. You know, he can't activate any monster effects, is what I'm going for here. Able to activate Guardian Slime, and at that point, you know, I'm able to really start building towards something here. We both have hyperplays. It matters very little though. I have the point advantage and he was down to nothing. So just wanted to show you. I thought that was a really great duel for you guys to see. This one right here is my favorite of them. I do like Tunes. I think that goes without say. It's one of my favorite decks. I streamed a little bit for it. That was really just an introduction. I will be doing like a full probably 2-hour stream just with Tunes to see how good I can get them. But I am, for the most part, focused on this right now, making them as good as possible. Kind of starts me out, but again, a great part about that is that he still has a floating effect, which is ultimately all that I need. Even then, you see how well I'm working through the gates, and this is where it all comes together. Alistair can boost the attack of a fusion monster. I banish Ancient Chant. So he has that extra 1,000 points, which ultimately ended up winning me the game. I would not have won the game without that. So Alistair didn't even use his fusion summoning effect and still helped me win the duel, which is where that synergy really comes into play there. Because you never know when you'll need that, literally. Another rogue deck that I wanted to show you guys matchup-wise with Rockets. It's really not the best matchup, to be honest with you, but depending on your opening hand, it could be pretty decent. And if here I'm not mistaken, you'll see the power of Shaddolls for sure. Doesn't have the best opening. I just know Rockets are very good at kind of spamming the field, but he wasn't able to really do that. I was lucky to have Spear Mode in my opening. Even so, I was able to get El Shaddoll Window, which is ultimately the more important card, but so that's it. Now he's done for the churn, and all I need is one card. So I'm able to special summon Ra for my deck, clear his board, you know, get rid of his resources. I try to end the game here. He just very weirdly, he specifically has the card that he needs. Whatever. Even so, he's off the board. Doesn't have much, and you know, that's all he had basically. I would have won the game. So that was a really good matchup in the power of Shaddolls. And one more replay for you guys here. This was against Dinos. I know Dinos are pretty popular. I doubt this is the best version of the deck, especially someone using Floodgate Trap Hole. Still, maybe this is the more casual version of what you would see in Dinos. It's just so fantastic, right? Even though it's just able to fight through and ultimately do what you need. And we all know the power of Shaddoll fusion, you know. Just those floating effects in the graveyard, able to help me out. And now I'm able to do some real damage, go all the way, and actually tribute all 3 of them. Make sure nothing goes wrong, and there you go, it ends the game. So yeah, that's always plan 1, but as you guys saw, I have totally different strategies I can go through with this thing, and I ultimately think this is the best version of the deck, and one that I really like to play with. Love to know what you guys think. 10 likes, and I'll definitely do a whole deck profile and let you guys know where my current build is, and you can probably catch me on stream as well if you have any questions. So thank you so much, guys, and I'll see you next time.